Willy here. I don't care what you say. I don't like these people. I just want them to vote for me. I'd make a great president. I know, Carl. Carl, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do this interview, and I'm going to look amazing. There's one thing Slick Willy's got on everybody else. It's I have the slickest Willy, and I know how to use it. What? I can't lie to them? I'll do my best. I'm going to be the president, and they just need to realize that. That's right, Carl. I know how to get into tight places. And being the president, that's the tightest place you can get into. My fellow Americans, I come to you today to play this game because I want to be your president. And being your president, I promise you, I won't lie. They'll teach me that in orientation after you elect me. And I promise not to nuke anybody while I'm in office. Slick Willy is all about getting in there and making sure situations don't get messy. Vote for me, and your presidency will be fulfilled deeply and immensely and passionately, because that's just how Slick Willy does it. What all this is leading up to is once you elect me as your president, I will sit in that Oval Office entertaining myself and others with video games like this one. And this is your president. You like this tie? If you'd like to see me in more ties, hit that sub button below. Watch the video multiple times. Do it because Slick Willy tells you. Slick Willy here. I'll be taking over this video. What's up, Gamer Nation? Stephen Thomas here with another episode in a new series. Perhaps this is a game that's still kind of in early access, but it's called This Is Your President. I got all dressed up for you all. Hope you enjoyed Slick Willy there at the beginning. For some reason, his voice penetrates the mic and makes it very difficult to record. But we are playing This Is Your President, and the opening symbol here, or scene, of the White House up on a hill by itself being destroyed by tornadoes is very unfortuitous for whoever lived in that area. I don't think that's the landscape, but this looks like it's going to be bad. But I'm going to do my best. I've studied all the great presidents: Bill Clinton, Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, Warren G. Harding, and I may too also sell the White House china. Let's actually play this game because I've made myself laugh way too much. I'm way funnier to myself than I am to you all. But let's check this out and see what happens. Hey, I know this guy. That's like Bill. No, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Oh, that went really fast. President-elect Jell's ex-partner. I agree with him.
Bob, how much time do I have left?
Sir, I was ordered not to speak to you.
Son, I'm not asking you to die in a gunfight. I just want to know how much time I have left.
10 minutes.
I'll never finish all this in 10 minutes. Think you could help? Is it fair that your fellas are in the cafeteria right now, devouring their meatballs while you're stuck here staring at me?
Kill this man. I've seen enough to know this.
You were ordered not to talk to me, but they didn't say anything about lobster, right? Now, sit yourself down.
He's
right
drawing
there.
him in.
You
It's
can
all
eat in
over for
silence. Otherwise,
Archie's going to take care of this little cop dude. This is very, this is ominous.
Your name is Bob, I gather. I haven't seen you here before. You a rookie? I didn't know they were taking 16-year-olds as guards.
I'm Quang.
Ah, 20. Sorry. Mysterious age, isn't it? You can't legally buy yourself a beer after you have had a tough shift, but you can elect the president.
I don't drink, sir. Half my family are drunks. I know how dangerous it is.
Oh, alcohol is dangerous. But isn't the right to vote even more dangerous?
I
If
agree.
you were drinking like a fool, you'd only be harming yourself, But if you're voting like a fool, you're putting the entire nation at risk.
I'm not voting like a fool.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I voted for a man who would send all the shameless, corrupt officials to jail.
Well, one of those shameless, corrupt officials is now kindly treating you to lobster. We aren't the only people fooled.
It's almost like media tricks people.
I once trusted him. And look where it got me.
Who would have thought? This is
a
shocking
man who has
revelation
always
that this
abused the trust
the
of
game's
friends,
over. We've
and
already
now
learned
he's
all we need
abused the
to.
trust of millions of Americans, people just like you. It's just that I'm a little cut off from the world right now, you see. But if you could just bring me a phone, I could set everything in place from right here in this cell.
My phone?
Not yours, of course. We wouldn't want to risk that. Any other one.
Won't I get fired for this?
Yes.
Bob, when they find out that you
Yes.
helped me, you'll get an award. You're an observant guy. You can see what's going on. This is a matter of national security.
This is also a good reason why 20-year-olds shouldn't vote. Because they're
Sir,
easily persuaded.
He might not be an honest man, but he's still the president, right?
All right, so I guess it's November 2020. Antonio Esteban is the vice president. My friends, today we have shown that American dream is still alive. I'm the son of immigrants who rose to become vice president. I'm living proof. We've shown that the soulless corporations and Washington crooks don't get to decide things. I'm wondering if this game is anti-somebody. I won't say him because I'll probably get demonetized. I want to be able to buy new ties. The people of the United States have spoken. Let me be clear. The people have spoken. And they won't change. And they want to move forward. I'm proud of you, America. And I'm proud of our new commander-in-chief who will give everything he's got for the good of America. Let me introduce Mr. President-elect. Love that he's being elected with only 44.4% approval rating. Oh my Lord. Look at this dude's face. All that. My fellow Americans. Good evening, America. Or New York. Can you hear me? Since I make fun of it all so much, my fellow Americans. Oh, we got this victory is your victory. I still can't believe we won. I always knew I'd win. Oh no, we got to play up to them. My fellow Americans, this victory is your victory. The ruling class have nearly turned our country into a prison. The authorities have artificially divided our country along party lines. Throughout this campaign, the establishment put sticks in my spokes. That's why the mainstream press ignored me for so long. That's why the courts illegally prosecuted me. The ruling class have nearly turned our country into a prison. Okay, that goes back to that. The time has come to take our country back. The authorities have artificially divided our country along party lines. There we go. The authorities. Let me be clear. Our country is divided along party lines. And we must. Joe, calm down back there. Our victory proves that we, the people, are all on the same side. The ruling class have nearly turned... Oh, it keeps going back to that. Time has come to take back our country. Yeah. America. I'm offering a rehab course for anyone in America. During my term, Amendment 28 to the Constitution will be passed. In 4 years, I will achieve more than other presidents achieved in 8. Boom. I will sign a truly progressive... Ooh, be careful with your promises. If you don't keep your word, the people won't like it. Nothing that a little bit of hanky-panky can't fix in the back room. You know what I mean. I will appoint a black chief of staff. That's, I will transfer all my non-monetary assets into trust. I will assign truly progressive. Oh, look at this. And, yeah, that's all. I won't make any more promises for now. Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he just, he doesn't make promises, neither do I. I want to thank the new Vice President, Antonio Esteban. I want to thank the new First Lady, my brilliant Ellie. I want to thank the entire campaign. Yeah, we'll thank him. You got to play with the minorities. It was he who convinced me to run. If God forbid something happens to me, America will be in good hands. His experience with the FBI has helped with a lot. I know he convinced me to run. Oh man. Let's think. You gotta thank the wife. Gotta keep her happy. You gotta keep the ladies happy. All of them. Without her support, I would never become president. She sacrificed her career for my sake. Today, America chose her too. Oh, that's nice. My analyst, campaign strategist, Ollie. He led me to victory. My lawyer, Clint. Especially my communications, Alta. She wrote this speech as always. We'll thank Clint. Clint, he's a valuable asset. That's it for today. I'm not going to thank the president. Screw him. I'm the president now, baby. I don't know about you, but I need to get sleep. Tomorrow we will wake up in a new America. God bless the United States of America. Well, I picked up 3.6%. In his speech, the newly elected president showed that his victory was no accident. He senses the hopes and dreams of America and indulges them. Although in this speech we heard the word I a lot more often than the word we, it will surely go down in history. I mean, we said I a lot, but it's not like we're Andrew Johnson here. You know, I mean, go ahead and bury me and wrap my body in an American flag, but come on. I got an achievement already. Smooth talker. Oh, yeah, but wow, that was great, buddy. And you're always such a charmer. Truth is, you almost brought tears to my eyes. I can't believe we're actually going to kick the crooks out of the White House. We're going to do a lot. We're going to do a lot in the White House, Antonio. That's right, Tony. Their days are numbered. Come on, there aren't any crooks. There's just fairy tales. All right, we'll say this. That's right, Tony. Their days are numbered. 3 months, and we'll have our revenge. Antonio is like, I need to calm him down. Oh, it's my wife. The future for Tony. We didn't run this campaign so we could get revenge. We did it to amend the Constitution. Ellie, maybe we can amend the Constitution and get revenge too. That's right. Revenge isn't the best motivation, Tony. Man, what's wrong with you? You didn't even say anything about faced in your speech. And now you're not even interested in taking revenge? You've got to remember, the people don't care what our actual motivation is as long as we're making their lives better. Let's hope we prove you right. Just got a word from headquarters that we have urgent business. Let's get going, but first, let's open a bottle of vintage champagne, that I hid in our office to celebrate our victory. Why would you hide it? You're adults. Ah, that's a shame, buddy. The bottle of champagne is gone. You think we drank it last week when we celebrated my birthday? Don't lose hope, my friend. You just saw Ellie. She wants you in her office. She had a pointer in her hand. Somebody's in for an exciting night. Amendment 28. Well, Tony certainly has his head in the clouds. I say let him soar, so long as we don't get carried off by ourselves. We can take our eye off what's important. I rise to power. Take care of ordinary people. You know the truth, my dear, so I don't go to prison. And what iron fist do you have, my dear? Let's aim them at the criminal case and the people who are trying to finish you off. I'll figure it out. I have 4 whole years. Don't be so dramatic. The bullet missed my head by more than a foot. We're no longer in danger. You can relax. We'll be like, don't be so dramatic. Telling a woman not to be dramatic, that's a slick Willy tip. Don't ever say that. If you ever accidentally say this, start a fire in your house and run out the door. It's easier to deal with. Yes, it landed right in the head of your bodyguard. Even if you can dodge bullets, what about those FBI files? I promise you, they'll dust them off as soon as your presidency ends and gets back to the work. How many days do you think you'll last in jail with no bodyguards? We've said it 100 times, but I still worry that sometimes you get carried away and forget why we started all this. If at the end of 4 years we haven't gotten you lifelong immunity, we're dead. Always keep that in mind. I'll go over it again from the top. It's been a long while since the last time we talked about it. My wife's really trying to keep me out of jail. Amendment 28. Amendment 28 will enshrine your lifelong immunity to in the Constitution. They won't be able to open a case against you. No one can arrest you. You'll be beyond the reach of police, the FBI, the NSA, even God Almighty. Oh God, Ellie's gonna Titanic us. It's just, when you say stuff like that, you're doomed. First, we need to get the amendment before Congress. To do this, we'll need powerful allies in both houses. Believe it or not, we've come up with one, but supporting the amendment is too tricky to pin a number on. But I've taken care of it. I found a lobbyist who, for modest one-time investment, will bring us together with influential congressmen. You think this investment will pay off? How much is modest? Can we bring an outsider? Let's ask. You think this will pay off? She's obviously running the show. My dear, I found a real professional. The investment will be worth every penny. Our lobbyist name is Noah. going to load us on the boat. He has a lot of connections at the Capitol. When he puts his back into it, he could push any policy through. I don't care how good a lobbyist is. A lobbyist alone is not going to get a constitutional amendment done. There's a reason they've only been done like 27 times. Just throwing that out there. Remember, the recent sweeping tax cuts for the wealthy disguised as simplifying the tax code. Noah played a decisive role in that one. The cost for his services is a mere $7 million. A mere trifle for changing the Constitution. She's actually got a valid point. That's one steep trifle, but it doesn't have much. We might have much choice. Why don't we try to negotiate his price down? I don't like this. Oh, we're gonna go with this. That's one steep trifle. We don't. No one can do this better than Noah. I'd rather we had a choice, but we have to work with what we have. Noah will introduce us to influential congressmen. However, he himself won't be negotiating with them. That part is up to us. Which brings us to step 2. Gain the support of 2/3 of Congress. When our newfound supporters make the case to their colleagues, 2/3, that sounds like a lot. Yeah, I think if we can get some, they got to sell it to their own. We can't go in there and meddle. We're only invited in like certain times. They may be able to bring along some friendly party members, but not all of them. Our party currently dominates both chambers, but it still falls short of 2/3. So we should follow standard investment strategy and diversify our options. That means stuffing several baskets at once, including baskets in the other party. After that, the amendment needs to be ratified, right? Once Congress is on our side, will they add the amendment to the Constitution right away? Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's only going to take like 7 years. No, that brings us to the most difficult part of the plan. A minimum of 38 states must pass the amendment. I've looked into this. It gave me a headache. I feel like they're crossing the line on two things, because I know states can add a constitutional amendment by voting along state legislatures. That's like something a lot of people don't know, but I feel like she's muddying the waters here, and I could be wrong. One of you all will let me know. There are certain states that are always going to be hostile towards you. The local governors, the mayors, the judges, the legislature, the whole system is against you. We had to think tactically. Instead of trying to win over the local elite, who will never really support you, we will enlist the support of the people. The procedure for ratifying the amendment is written into the law. The establishment will easily block it unless we change the ratification process, and for that, we'll need the Supreme Court. We need the court to side with us so that the voters themselves in each state, ordinary people who are much easier to sway, can vote for the amendment. Otherwise, it's down to the local legislatures, and a lot of them would rather see you burn. So I'm curious, like I said, depending on what I said earlier, is she just going to skip Congress and go to the state legislatures, or I don't know. At present, the majority of the Supreme Court is against us. We'll need to replace at least one opposing judge with an ally before we can bring the amendment directly to the people. That's the third step of the plan. Please tell me we're not going to kill a Supreme Court. And how will we remove a judge? Let's say the court allows the amendment to go through. How will we remove a judge? I need to know this. Now I'm full in now. I'm working on that, but it's not an easy task. Once appointed, Supreme Court judges serve life terms. To get one of them off the bench will be a major operation. Of course, even once we're dealt with the court, the people still have to vote on the amendment. The campaign for passing this amendment will have to be even stronger than your election campaign. We have a lot of convincing to do, including people in states who are hostile to you. Keep that in mind. Without popular support, our amendment could later be repealed. It would take a long effort to get something repealed, an amendment that's already, once. And they didn't really even repeal it. They just made another amendment outdoing it. How long did How long did Prohibition last? 13 years? Yeah, but I think they passed the amendment, the first one, in 1917. It went into effect 1920. Then they got rid of it in 1933. So, yeah, there's a lot of waiver time. They're trying to do a lot in 4 years here. To achieve the support this amendment needs, we'll need record high approval ratings across the country. According to calculations, you'll need an astounding 90% approval rating. My wife is on crack. So what do you think of the plan? I think you're bat crazy. It doesn't sound very practical. The founding fathers were no fools. They made sure the Constitution couldn't be rewritten on the spur of the moment. Exactly. We'll have to pass through every circle of bureaucracy hell, but we'll win in the end. I promise. Let's get to work, my dear president. Let's get to work. Oh, it's Noah. Mr. President. Why do I feel like this would be Denzel Washington playing this character? Mr. President, I'm ready to introduce your amendment to the circle of influential congressmen for modest sum, $7 million. Why the price so low? I usually ask tens of millions of dollars for my services, even when it comes to a minor change in labor laws. But we speak here of an amendment to the Constitution, no less. But you're lucky. I offer a big discount to newcomers to politics. I am the freaking president of the United States. There's no way I'm that new. I know who they're probably basing this game off of, but it's a little ridiculous. That's why I told your wife that $7 million is nothing for what you want to pull off. I feel like he's like an FBI guy. I'll be waiting for payment details until the end of October 2021, and I would advise you not to spend all your money. Save at least a couple million for the negotiations themselves, or find some incriminating evidence that will force your interlocutors to defect to your side. It will take your time coming ready. However, keep in mind that the time limit cannot be extended. So we got 12 months to get $5 million essentially, and then some. So here's their timetable for this. They want to initiate the amendment next year. They want to approve it the year after. The Supreme Court the year after that, and then the people ratify it. Okay. Darling, I understand the entire procedure of passing an amendment is bureaucratic nightmare. If you ever forget what needs to be done and what's going to happen next, consult the checklist. That's what I made it for. Politicians tend to forget their promises. If you need help remembering yours, click the promises tab. Oh, they don't have that in real life. They don't care. We have 4 months to sign a first executive order and appoint the first ever black chief of staff. That should be easy. All politicians make promises, but nobody ever keeps them. Let's show the people we're different. Try to fulfill the promises you made during your speech before the end of February. This will make the public trust us, and they'll be more forgiving when it comes to keeping promises later. Next time we have a year at least. All right, so things on the left are things we can do now. Things on the right are things we cannot do, but we will be able to do in the future. I love that poor Kentucky. This must be Louisville here. Actually, no. Kentucky's right here, and it's really oddly shaped. This is the interstate, so Louisville is right here. Somehow we got a big lake right here. I don't know where this come from. I grew up. Actually, I don't know. This has to be Atlanta, right? Technically, then, I would have grown up on top of this mountain. But my city was in a valley. Honey, I've always believed that with a team like we've got, the sky's the limit, and we have Clint to thank for it. I just remembered that I heard him even before I met you. Some called him a district judge's bastard. I've just remembered that I'd heard of him even before I met you. Some called him a district judge's bastard, an upstart lawyer. Others said he was a legal genius who never lost a single case. And now case law students are studying his legal strategies. Try not to lose Clint, all right? I can't imagine who else would compose your decrees so competently. Here come the men in black. Yeah, Galaxy Defenders. Well, there goes my monetization. Alvaro Guadardo. Sir, at the entrance to HQ, I noticed 2 suspicious men in dark suits and glasses. They were obviously following us and taking lots of pictures and always checking their phones. What do you want us to do about them? Go find out who they are? Report them to Secret Service about them? Don't be an idiot. They're probably Secret Service agents. Report them to Secret Service. Sir, the Secret Service is seriously concerned. They'll contact you as soon as they establish the identity of these men. I always trust my gut. I could sense a bad guy for miles. Obviously not. You're wearing a bright blue uniform. Oh, we got a new team member. Alvaro, at your service, sir. Anytime, any place. Will this man take a bullet for me? I need to know. Will this man help me sneak in women to the Oval Office? Alvaro isn't himself after his brother's death. He sees murderers and conspirators at every step. That may be perfect natural for a bodyguard who has vowed to protect you with his life, but I still worry about him. Honey, please don't ask too much from Alvaro. I think he's already at his limit. Aww. Alright, so that gets us to a point where we got everything set. And I think that's where I'm going to end the video, because if I don't, we're going to go on for hours. We're all set up. We've got Alvaro, Clint, and Ollie. We'll probably grow our chief of staff all across the bottom there, I'm guessing. And we've got a lot of money to make. So, with that said, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video. And I'll let Slick Willy go ahead and end it for you. If you like this video, hit the like button below. Sub if you're not. And as always, thanks for watching. God bless. And don't forget to make good decisions. That's why right now we're going to play This Is Your President. Because I am your president. I will take care of you in multiple ways. Caringly, lovingly, physically. Well, not physically. I'm not allowed to touch many of you. But I'd like to. What? Hillary, stop it. It's time. Go. Let's cue the dance part of the end of the video. Great thanks to these January New Year's Patreons. If they were my income taxes, I would do them and then cry myself to sleep. Kirkland Thomas, Cratias, Zachary McKinley, Nicholas Absher, Azur Rain, James Matisse, The Least Expected, and Party Commissar.